The half-day pilgrim alone was overwhelmed by an exceptional inactivity in that dark and cloudy night. The city, which otherwise never sleeps, was engulfed in silence. Rarely did anyone pass through the empty streets, and only the lone whisper of the wind, disturbed by the veil of fog, lost the sound. A breeze blew through the night streets, and the lights of the public lighting beams drew their shadows in long lines along the sidewalks. How the city would like to hide its dark secrets from prying eyes. But this extraordinary calm was quickly disturbed by the sound of knives cutting the air. The serial killer who has been terrorizing this town for several months has infiltrated his next victim. His peering eyes looked for dark places where he could commit his crimes. On the surface, he appeared like an ordinary person, but his insides were filled with darkness. The base controls in this city were trying to catch this psychopath, but he seemed to be eluding them at every turn. His victims were found bloodied and lifeless, always with a kidney expressing pain and fear. The nights passed, and the search continued. Fear and threat have become a common state of mind for most of the residents of this city. Neighbors did not trust each other, and everyone suspected everyone. People lost faith in security. But the killer was not even a century of unconquered evil that the city could not resist. Just when he seemed to be the closest to catching him, events began to go awry. The first to disappear was the chief investigator. His body was found several days later with a cut on his face, similar to his victim's. Of course, it was just the beginning. Gradually, other police officers, court representatives, and investigators also disappeared. Attempts to identify the killer's identity or where he might be hiding have been unsuccessful. The city has become a desolate land inhabited only by fear. Anyone who remained lived in a constant state of threat and danger. The serial killer, who was considered by many to be the ghost of the town, has not been caught. And so, in this rundown area, it continues its deadly swoop. His identity remained a mystery, and his actions will forever be etched in the history of this city as the dark legend of a serial killer who escaped justice.